not acceptable in society. Uvanishboyim lasheker, and those who swear falsely, who take my name in vain. So again, in Jewish tradition, that's like on the top of, near the top of all the worst sins. A rabbi say that on the moment that God said, "You shall not take my name in vain," the world trembled, because that's the ultimate cheapening of God. That's the ultimate statement that God really means nothing to you, because in order to buttress, to gain my few dollars, or to buttress my position, I'm willing to desecrate his name openly. So then that's a treason. So God says, I will testify against all of those who have sworn falsely. Because of that, Jews don't swear. They don't take oaths, even when they're swearing the truth, because of the fact that it can happen in life that I can think that what I'm swearing is the truth, and I can make a mistake. And in the laws that we find in Choshen Mishpat, in disputes between people in a bezdin, etc., many times the decision is that the defendant has to swear. If the defendant takes an oath, then the defendant will be acquitted. And the advice of the judges will always be that the defendant should pay rather than take the oath, even though the defendant may be entirely innocent. But the Jewish viewpoint of life is that money is still the cheapest thing in life, and taking an oath isn't. I remember early in my rabbinic career, when I still knew everything. Lately, I'm slipping. But when I was young, I knew everything. Now I only know about 90% of everything. But there was a time, so I had a case in Miami Beach of a man that gave a ring to a jeweler, a diamond ring, his wife's diamond ring, to a jeweler to have it reset in a different setting. And the jeweler reset it and gave it back to him. The man said that that was not the same stone, that an inferior stone had been placed in the setting. And the jeweler denied it. And the jeweler said, when you reset a stone sometimes in a different setting, it may look differently to you, but that it was the exact same stone. And so they came to me to have the matter settled. How would you like to be a rabbi?
How much did you know about diamonds?
Rabbis know nothing about diamonds. That's the basic rule, right? The basic rule is that you know nothing about what they're talking about, or you have to at least give them that impression. So the halacha is clear that if the jeweler takes an oath that he did not switch stones, so then the burden of proof is on the other man. He can't prove that he did switch them. And the jeweler swears that he did not switch them, so then that's it. He doesn't have to pay. No, that's a different, that's when you buy diamonds. We're not talking about that situation at all. But I advised the jeweler to pay him. I think he wanted $1,200 or $1,500. Because he said was the appraisal that he had of the original stone which he claimed, and this stone. I advised him to pay him the $1,500 instead of taking the oath. But you have to understand the psychology of people is that they feel if you give them such advice it's because you really don't believe them. And he insisted on taking the oath, which is one of the most frightening things that I ever saw in my life. We had a bezdin, they take out the Sefer Torah, and it's not, you don't sleep well that night. No one who sees it sleeps well. He took the oath. And unfortunately, many tragic things happened to him afterwards. None of which he attributed to that, but all of which I have since attributed. Not because he switched the stone. If he took the oath, I believe him that he didn't switch the stone. But I also feel that it was a cardinal error on his part to take the oath. because some people, money is very important. So God lists that here as one of the cardinal sins, those who swear by me. I will speak against them. Those who extort and exploit